T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good evening and welcome to each and every one of you joining me here with the lovely Hayley and Argyle. How are you for this week's episode of Your Manchester? Have you had an exciting week?
I've had a brilliant week, thanks very much.
What have you been up to this week?
Well, I've been on the boat, as you know.
Yes.
I've been on the cruise, 3-day round Britain.
Oh.
Been in Southampton. Have you been to Southampton? Because it's really nice.
No,
I have, but it was only for a quick ride.
A quick what?
A quick ride.
What was you in the bins?
I was on the ferry.
On the bins? In the bins?
Don't talk to me about bins. Okay. I found a really good place just outside of Manchester.
Have you?
Oh, it's got the best leftover duck.
Best leftover duck?
Oh.
It's crackers. It's crackers. I really
Didn't quite know what to say to you,
Where does the
Argyle.
boat go then?
The boat stays, you stay on the water, you don't get off, and you go from Southampton past Devon and Jersey and all of that, and then you come back round on yourself, and it was actually a mind, body and soul one.
In a little while's time, we're going to be speaking to Sian Parry-Williams. She's going to be on the show talking about one of her shows that she's just done last week.
At the Fringe.
At the Fringe, and she's already working on her next one
Can't
now.
wait,
It's
can't
going to be
wait.
quite amazing.
Yeah.
We're also going to be talking with a gentleman all the way from the George House Trust, and one very important matter, which I feel gets kind of overlooked occasionally.
I do too. I think it's really, really crucial.
It is really,
I'm glad
really
he's
crucial.
coming on.
All that, plus lots more. Stick around. We've got no on the box this week. This feels
No, 'cause
strange.
I'm here.
You're here with us, are you?
I know.
So stick around, everybody. Only on Your Manchester.
So next we have on the show a very, very important guest talking about an extremely important project.
It is indeed.
And it is Jeff Ukiri. Welcome to the show.
Jeff. How are you?
Good, and you? How are you?
We're very well. We're intrigued to know what this is all about. So perhaps tell us first of all your involvement with the George House Trust, and then tell us about your particular brand that you'd like to talk about here.
I run the Calabash Project, and the Calabash Project is an initiative that is designed to provide an environment for African men living with HIV to support each other and share experiences and ideas around issues raised by living with HIV. So on a constant basis, on a monthly basis, we run spaces where they can come together and have those interactions, and also provide spaces where they can, be educated and be empowered on different areas.
It is very important. I mean, this is, it's not a new thing, but it is a new sort of emphasis by the George House Trust to be focusing on this particular project, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is because of the lack of accessibility of these individuals towards our services. They don't want to engage. They don't want to interact. I mean, many of them are aware that we provide this support. We provide financial services as well for those who are in problem or who are facing difficulties or destitution. We are here to provide the support to you guys. And if you're listening to this and you're watching this program today, we are here. It doesn't matter. We operate a very, very confidential system where your information will not be disclosed, and you would get all the support that you need.
Jeff, so if somebody would like to contact you, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, you can contact me on through email by jeff@ght.org.uk, jeff@ght.org.uk, or you can call 0161 2744499, 0161 2744 You can ask for Jeff and say you just want to speak to Jeff, and you can refer yourself to our service, and we would be able to talk with you. Doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter you're gay or straight, it doesn't matter where you're any background you're from. We are here to provide support. And as an African man, I'm going to provide you the support that you need. So because I understand your pain, I understand your situation, I understand the sentiments, I understand where you're coming from, and this discrimination that is faced within your community.
Excellent. For now, Jeff, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we do have a wonderful production called The Interrogation. It's coming to the Lowry Theatre from the 14th of September to the 19th of September, and it is absolutely fantastic. Now, joining us now are two of the people that are involved in making this production happen. We've got Charlene and we've got Nick. Welcome to you both. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good, thanks. Nice to be here.
This seems like it's going to be a totally different production to what most people are expecting. Perhaps explain to us the concept behind it and what people can expect from this show.
Well, basically, from the idea that I kind of had for the interrogation is that one day I was like looking at social media, and as I was looking at social media, I saw that a teenager that had autism, and like he was like trying to communicate and like trying to ask for help, and like the head teacher comes and like he was just assuming that he was like trouble or misbehaved, so he had to call the police, and they had to to take away the autistic teenager. Now for school, they should know what the teenager has and what the needs are. Like, he has autism, so you would have thought that school would know that he's autistic, so that's what really made me want to make the interrogation.
Is this something then that you've had to deal with yourself?
Yeah, communication is really one of my barriers that I found in everyday life. It's like really frustrating when someone doesn't really understand me, and it's like they want me to repeat, which really really frustrates me and really gets me really anxious and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then I start and stuff. Yeah.
And Nick, bringing this production together then, what are we to expect as audience members? How is it going to be performed?
Yeah, so it's basically an app on a phone that the audiences will download, and it'll take place around 6 different locations in Salford near the Lowry, and you'll end up at the actual Lowry itself. And you follow the story of Charlene. Charlene is trying to get to the theatre, and lots of things happen to her on her way there. And she gets into a bit of bother, which actually cascades into quite a heightened drama. So it's mainly an audio piece, but there are some video elements to it, and there are some interactive elements to the performance as well. But the audience is sort of implicated in the story, as it were. So you become part of this sort of community network of people trying to do good in your local community. But we're questioning as a company, what does sort of normative behavior actually mean in public, and calling out what you might seem as a public nuisance as actually people's access needs and just trying to go about their everyday lives. So
it's more than just a play, and it's actually educating people.
Yeah, exactly. And Charlene, that's something you came to us. So Charlene is one of the performers from Axel Areas, and I'm the director of the company and of this show. And Charlene, this was a show that you felt really passionate about. But rather than just sort of lecturing people, we thought we'd implicate you into a drama.
And definitely something that we need to investigate further to make theatre and theatre experiences accessible for everybody, I suppose.
That's right, isn't it, Charlene? A big part of our work is around access and inclusion.
Yeah, I totally 100%. We should include everybody in theatres, so that they can enjoy as well. So yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this one. How do we go about getting tickets? Is that through the Lowry?
Yep, you can book on the Lowry. We've got shows in the afternoon. We've got shows in the evening as well. So you can just book that way, and you'll get information about how to download the app and where the starting point is. So hopefully we'll see you there.
It sounds fantastic. That's going on Tuesday, the 14th of September to Sunday, the 19th of September. That's the Interrogation. Thank you both to you very much for joining us tonight.
Hello, it's Jo Britton, your personal performance coach here for another minute of mojo. Now look, if you're feeling flat or you've lost your spark right now, you really wouldn't be alone. I'm hearing this an awful lot right now, and it's unsurprising because we have been living through the most challenging and unpredictable of times, and it really has been playing havoc with our brain and our body. So if you want to find your mojo and get it back, I want you to remember this: you have got through 100% of your worst days. So you have got a 100% track record of success. Remember it. Start thinking about positive possible outcomes rather than obstacles. Make a plan for your day, get into some healthy routines and habits, and take a tiny bit of action. You will be amazed at how much motivation momentum you build by doing that. I'll see you next time for another minute of mojo.
Right then, our next guest, everybody, is here to talk us about cock therapy. Have you ever had it?
No, I haven't. What is it?
Well, we're going to find out now as we bring...
I'm intrigued.
I am too, especially if they start doing a demonstration. This is Joe Henry, everybody. Welcome, Joe. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
What is cock therapy?
Cock Therapy is a play that I've written. It's the first play that I've ever done, and it's part of the Fringe Festival. It's set during a therapy session of a gay sex addict played by myself and the therapist played by Nick Eccles, and it's directed by my very good friend Mary Gilsenan. And it's, I'd say, a tragicomedy because it starts off pretty funny and then it sort of gradually gets to the reasoning behind why my character is a sex addict. But it's not as disgusting as people might think it is.
But it sounds like it's got lots and lots of layers.
There are loads of different sort of, I don't want to give too much away, hints towards my character's life that we don't obviously have enough time to talk about during an hour play. But it's very, I'd say, sad, funny, real. I think it's about time there was some sort of performance about sex addiction, especially in the gay community. And
what do we see then when we watch this as a show then? What are we expecting to see?
As far as it's set out, it's just the two of us. It's one act. It's just me and Nick playing the therapist. And then there will be a projection screen which will show some insights into my character's life, which might give the audience a better idea of what is going on.
Oh, wow.
It sounds very well thought through.
I love multimedia as well.
Yes.
Yeah, in the theatre. Brilliant.
And I suppose a lot of people would presume with the title of this that it was leaning towards a comedy, but obviously after you explaining it, and maybe that'll be the shock for the audience when they come in, that it's so multifaceted.
Yeah, definitely. I think tragicomedy is the best word for it, I guess. It's very much sort of inspired by the Fleabag stage show, in which there are some jokes and hopefully the audience will be like, oh, should I be laughing at that? But no, the title does seem to grab people's attention, which is what I wanted, but I hope it lives up to the title.
Well, there is only one way to find out, and that is when people come and watch this. Where can they watch it, and where do they get tickets?
It is at the Salford Arts Theatre on the 27th and 28th of this month. It starts at 7:30, doors open at 7, and you can get tickets from the Salford Arts Theatre website or from the Manchester Fringe website.
Sounds fantastic.
Fantastic.
For now, though, thank you very much, Joe, and best of British with it, Flower. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Sounds wonderful, doesn't it?
Brilliant.
Tell you what else has been at the theatres this week.
What?
Everybody's talking about Jamie.
Oh my gosh.
And we sent our lovely Ashley Smith to check that out, and this is his review.
There's a clock on the wall, it's moving too slow. It's got hours to kill and a lifetime to go.
Hi, Ashley Stone here, your roving theatre reviewer for Your Manchester, and this weekend I had the very great privilege at the Lowry Theatre for watching Everybody's Talking About Jamie. My word, it was an absolute joy from start to finish. Jamie, of course, being the lead, played by Leighton Williams. Also, Shane Ritchie played Loco Chanel. If you're going to watch the actual musical, I won't give too much away, but all I can say is everybody needs a mum like Jamie. Obviously, the actress who played her was a lovely lady. Margaret was the actual real name of Jamie's mum, and obviously the character in question. That was played by Amy Ellen Richardson, absolute talent, a real hidden gem. There was a few familiar faces in there as well, including the lovely Mary Mack. And again, I won't be telling you too much about her part in the show, but it will all become apparent.
And when you're all like 32, you'll all remember Jamie Lou.
It's obviously the story of Jamie, a true story of a very brave, very inspiring and forward-thinking young man that wanted to go to his prom in a dress. And also he wants to be a drag queen. And I think this story just teaches you and tells you you've just got to go out there, live your life and be true to yourself. It's got to be seen. There's something, as we said, an amazing show. Everybody's talking about Jamie at the Lowry Theatre.
And you don't even know it.
Well, our next guest joining us has got something fantastic going on as well.
Really? Tell me.
Yes, well, this is Sian with a roof.
With a roof. It's a roof, apparently. We learnt that, didn't we, before?
Yeah, it's a roof over the name, and Sian Parry Williams. Yeah, I've got that right. Oh, no, I'm impressed with myself. You've just had a fantastic week last week.
I have, yes.
Tell us about what you were doing that week.
So I had my radio comedy sketch show at the Greater Manchester Fringe. So it's digitally streamed online most nights last week. So yeah.
And what was the story and premise behind that then?
So it is it's just my own little sort of world of eccentric comical characters that are based on my family members.
All played by you?
Most of the main characters played by me, and then my friend Maggie and James from drama school voice a few other characters.
Amazing.
As well.
Eccentric characters, I think she fits in quite well.
Well, around this table.
Yeah.
Where did you come up with these characters then?
Well, I just observe.
Really? It's as simple as that?
I just observed when I did my BA Performing Arts in uni. And for my dissertation, we had to perform something and then write an essay. So I wrote and devised a one-woman comedic play about feminism and representations of women through different generations. So I interviewed my mum, my auntie, and my grandmother, my nine, Welsh for grandmother.
Yeah.
What was that? A little Welsh?
Nine. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Wales?
North Wales.
No, it's all Liverpool. Yes, go on.
Llandudno.
Yeah, Llandudno. Very nice.
Yes.
I've been there. Climbed a big mountain in Llandudno.
I used to work at the Llandudno Grand.
Did you know?
A little bar on the sidewalk. Not sidewalk, what do you call it? Boardwalk. Called Lily Lang Trees. Lily Lang Trees it used to be called. Probably before you were even born. Go on, you were saying.
So I interviewed them about the experiences they had, their whole lifetime of sexism and misogyny. And I used those interviews as verbatim material for the actual speech in the play. So it was a one-woman show, so I literally went in between characters. And then I decided I want to make it more about them as people. So I got to drama school, and I'd had this niggling feeling to do these sketches for a while and just make it more about them as people rather than like the whole politics behind it, and just making interesting comical female characters that are over 40. Which, I get annoyed because I just want to see more of that.
Correct. We're still battling for the 50-50 gender split, aren't we?
Exactly.
There is that big campaign, equal representation of actresses, which covers obviously all of our industry. But there's 3 or 4 male roles for 1 female role, isn't it, still at the moment? So.
Yeah, that frustrates me.
And it gets worse once you get to look over 40, doesn't it?
I don't know what that feels like.
No, I'm sure you don't.
Not one bit, no.
She's not over 40.
I'm not, no. I'm actually 18. If you don't believe me, check the label in my dress.
By the way, has never been used before, that joke.
No,
never new.
I'm hoping for sort of maybe next year's Fringe or the Fringe season after that to do like the Relatives live show.
Oh, yes.
Because I really love people like Catherine Tate and French and Saunders who do, you know, the radio stage telly sort of thing, and I'd love to do that.
And is this that you're working on last week, is this going to be available to listen back to again?
So it's going to be on Salford City Radio at some point in the next couple of weeks. I've not been told when exactly, but yeah, so it'll be on there. And I'm trying to send it out to as many radio stations as possible.
Get it out there, Flower. Get it out there.
I'm sure Ian will help you to promote that.
Oh, he's lovely.
He'll help you to promote that around and about.
I interviewed with him yesterday.
Ian Rothwell. He has a show on Salford City Radio.
Ian Rothwell, not Alan Rothwell.
Ian.
Got you.
He's a really good mate. He's really good.
Wonderful.
Look after you.
And you're very lucky that you make these things within the encompassings of a room, because it could be worse. You could be outside with the bad weather. Speaking of weather, everybody.
Where is he this time?
Where is he this time? Let's check out Paul Rudd. What's on the weather?
Hello my lovely weather watchers, and welcome to this week's weather forecast with me, Paul Rudd. I'm here at the Lowry and it's been an amazing day. Let's check out this week's weather forecast. Thursday is looking sunny, cloudy with rain with the temperatures of 22 degrees Celsius. Friday is looking like rain with the temperatures of 22. And as we look forward to the weekend right now, Saturday is looking cloudy with the temperatures of 20 degrees Celsius, and Sunday is also looking cloudy with the temperatures of 20 degrees Celsius. So the weather is taking a turn. Please wrap up well and take good care. And now it's time to hand over back to the studio for this week's amazing episode of Your Manchester.
Well, it doesn't look like it's going to be too horrific, does it?
No, and apparently it's going to get dead hot as well too.
Dead hot?
Dead hot. Well, that's if the papers are right.
That's
and
not good for you and I, is it?
No, not really.
We don't tan well, do we? I know, look, we don't tan well at all, no. Nevertheless, have you had a nice show, Flower?
Oh yes, it's been brilliant, thank you.
Good.
I've got a new song, you know.
Oh, go on, tell us, what is it?
I've got cheese, it's moldifying. I've got brie, that's too soft. I've got Gouda, that's slightly off now. Camembert.
Well, that's a bit of a cheesy number, isn't it?
Very cheesy. Boom, boom.
Boom. Good show again today. Lots
Brilliant.
covered. If anybody wants to partake in our show, or indeed they've got something going on, all you need to do is just drop us a message or contact us at yourmcr.com. That's contact us at yourmcr.com. We love hearing your stories from you lovely people of Manchester and the surrounding areas. However, unfortunately for now, bless you. You've been a superstar once again. You really have.
Aww.
You've been a superstar once again. I don't know who's working who here at the moment, but nevertheless, absolutely sensational. Make sure you all tune in next week for another wonderful episode of Your Manchester.